What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, today we have been blessed with this footage by the homie Supreme. Thank you so much, brother, for obviously sending this clip over so we can use it as background gameplay for this commentary. And also thank you everyone else who has went out of their way to go ahead and send footage over as well. Don't worry, I know there are tons of people who are lined up right now who are trying to get their gameplay onto the channel. Trust me, I want to try to get each and every one of you guys a chance to put your gameplay up. Obviously I can only post so many commentaries in a week. So I'm going to try to snag up as much as I can before next week comes out and the PC beta releases, and obviously by that point I'm going to be gaining and trying to collect all of my own personal gameplay to use on my videos. But for the time being, like I said, I love giving you guys the chance to put your gameplays up on the channel. I think it's really fun. You guys love it. I enjoy it a lot, so I'm going to try to get as many of you guys as I possibly can before the next week comes around. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been around on this channel for a little while now, and also welcome to all the new subscribers. I know we have a lot of new faces on this channel. I appreciate you guys stopping by, hitting the sub button, hitting the bell notification button, and obviously enjoying the content. I love doing this stuff. This is my favorite thing in the world, to post up commentaries and talk about video games that I just enjoy with all my heart. So, to see you guys back it up as well just means the world to me. So I appreciate you guys for stopping in. But if you guys have been following my channel for a little bit now, you know that we've covered a decent amount of stuff when it comes to Modern Warfare 2. A lot of the negatives, some of the positives, but we've covered a pretty broad, area of topics. But this topic, I think, is the most crucial point for any casual player out there when it comes to purchasing the new Call of Duty game, and that is the skill-based matchmaking. Skill-based matchmaking has been haunting Call of Duty for a long time now. It's pretty much ruined the whole formula. And no matter how well they design a Call of Duty game, the skill-based matchmaking is going to make it a chore to want to go ahead and try to relax on a Call of Duty experience. Now, of course, skill-based matchmaking is a mandatory feature when it comes to any game out there. I mean, even the OG Call of Duty games that everybody talks so highly about, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, the OG COD 4, World at War, they all had skill-based matchmaking implemented into the cycle. It's completely unfair to put people who are in very bad situations, who might not be as fortunate as a lot of other people in life. It's really horrible to put them against, competitive sweat lords. Some people deserve to have their own specific bracket. And I'm not talking about the Timmies. I'm talking about people who actually have real-life disabilities. It's completely unfair to mix the two. So, obviously, skill-based matchmaking to a certain degree needs to be implemented into the game. But the problem is that they tuned it up way too dang high. Now, I'll be real with you. I don't mind a little competition when I'm playing these games. Not at all. When I go to PC, I'm extremely excited. When I was playing the PlayStation beta, I didn't really care about getting my butt whooped. I knew I was going to be bad. I knew I'm unexperienced on the stickies. It's been a long time since I played on console, about maybe 4 years now since I went back and played on a console. So clearly, I'm not used to the playstyle. So I understood I was going to get my butt whooped, especially by more competitive players. And when it comes down to the core gameplay, I'm excited to give it a try on PC because I think that I'm going to have a lot better of a time. I'll be able to get my competitive nature out, and even if we get into sweaty matches, I think I'll be able to hold my own and be able to compete. I'm really excited to see how it's going to turn out. But what sparked this whole topic and this whole commentary is how highly tuned skill-based matchmaking truly is. Not really how annoying it is, but how highly tuned it is for a casual player. Now, I did not play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 on my own personal account. I played it on my girlfriend's account. And keep in mind, she doesn't play games very often. She might hop onto the game maybe once a month or something of that sort. And usually it's not even to play multiplayer. It's to play zombies or something very casual, a very casual experience. So she has absolutely no background in stats when it comes to Call of Duty. So you know how we all say Call of Duty or Activision tracks all of our previous stats, and that's how they keep us in very competitive matches, because they say, well, this player also had a high KD in Black Ops 4. They had a high KD in World War II. They had a high KD in Modern Warfare 2019, Cold War, Vanguard. So that means that they're probably going to have an equally high KD in this game, so we'll just throw them right into the, the sweat fest. That's what we all come to a conclusion on. Well, my girlfriend doesn't have any background experience with multiplayer in Call of Duty. She doesn't have any back stats. So when I logged into her account, I was assuming that they would give me a more casual experience. And keep in mind, again, I don't play on console, so I'm not any better. I'm a really ass when it comes to using a controller, so it's not like I'm playing any better when I'm experiencing this game. Yet and still, when I hop into the game, it is putting me against the same exact players that I would verse on my normal setup, my PC rig, where I would have, a high 2 or a high 3 KD average player. Those stats, those players that I'm going against on a regular day basis, the same competition, I'm versing on an account that pretty much has a neutral KD, not even a 1 KD. You know what I'm saying? That is absurd. And again, at the moment, it's not pissing me off because I'm on PlayStation. It's whatever, you know. When I switch over to PC, I'll really see how the competition is going to be. But it truly left me shocked to see how tuned this matchmaking is, in a bad way, not in a good way, because it's not here to benefit anybody, you know? My girl hopped on and actually tried this game. 2 games in, she was already done. She hopped out. She said, this is horrifying. I can't do this. And I don't blame her. They are throwing someone, again, and she played before me, so keep this in mind. It's not me playing and then she hops on and she's dealing with my matchmaking. No, this is her account, her matchmaking. She plays 2 lobbies and she's already done with it. You know, it makes no logical sense. I promise you, they could do whatever they can to this game. And even if they do listen to all the feedback, it'll be fantastic. You know, I really hope they do, and I'm going to make a video about this. The feedback that we're giving them in the beta, like minimaps, dead silence, and all this stuff. I'm going to talk about that later. But they can fix all that stuff. The matchmaking will still make the experience horrifying. And I'm not talking about the experienced player. I'm not talking about people who are just trying to simply pub stomp, you know. I'm not talking about like someone like me who's just trying to find, you know, a casual lobby so I can get some footage for YouTube or something of that sort. Screw people like me. Screw people like that. I'm talking about the casual individual, the person who's working, you know, all week long, hella hours, exhausted, tired, maybe have a family, you know, class, school, whatever they have on their shoulders. I'm talking about that individual, that person who wants to hop on COD to relax like they could back in the day with a game like Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Call of Duty 4, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. They can't get that experience anymore. It's no longer available to them. Because even if their account has no stats on it, even if they never played a match of Call of Duty in their whole life, the matchmaking is still going to finally tune them to a competitive sweatfest. I'm sorry to break it to you, but Call of Duty is known for being a casual shooter. I mean, I've said this millions of times in the past. So many other content creators have said the same exact thing. Again, YouTubers and other people are going to want to pub stomp. They're going to want to find new lobbies, but at the end of the day, it's all randomized, you know? Back in Modern Warfare 2, we would find a new lobby every once in a while. We'll drop really fast nukes and just go on complete tears, but then the next couple to a few games, we're sweating our butts off, you know? There's going to be some competitive matches. There's going to be some switch-ups, especially with lobbies staying in action. You can learn your opponent. You can actually learn how they play, so people adapt. You know, it happens, and then you get another couple of casual lobbies to help you lay back and relax. Not in current Call of Duty. There is no such thing. Every game that you play is going to fine-tune the matchmaking and the algorithm to further the competition, to make sure that every step, if you somehow learn how to side cancel, or if you become, you know, really good with bunny hopping, or if your accuracy has suddenly improved, every last detail down to the finest thing you can think of is being implemented to make sure that you have to compete. And even if you don't play like that, like I said, my girl has no experience when it comes to, you know, really competitive, sweaty Call of Duty. I'm not trying to be offensive, but she's basically a noob. You know, she hasn't really played too many competitive FPSs, so her accuracy isn't completely there. She doesn't know any of the movement mechanics or anything like that. So it's very basic walk around, maybe sprint, you know, ADS and hold something and fire the gun, you know, very basic stuff. And she is even being put up against people of my own skill level on a PC. Where's the logic behind that? These developers are trying to turn COD into a 24/7 competition. They want this game to be all competitive, which is completely taken away from its core nature because that wasn't how it always was. And every time we complain about this, there's going to be people in the comment section saying, well, you know, you just want easy lobbies. Stop complaining. You just want to verse bots and stomp out people who are lower skill levels than you. That's not the case. That's not why people complain about this. We complain about this because it's a 24/7 cycle. Back in the day, we had to sweat our butts off sometimes. You know, there were competitive matches. It's the same exact thing. The only difference between back then and now is that back then, they would sprinkle these casual games here and there to keep you addicted, you know? You would have to sweat a few matches, and then they'll give you an easy lobby where you can pop off and get your streaks. Like, oh my god, the adrenaline rush is back. And then you get another few matches where you're sweating your butt off, nobody's getting streaks, no, it's very even. And then you get another match or two where it's casual, and you gotta get some streaks. And you're like, oh yeah, there's the adrenaline rush again. That's what got people back in the Call of Duty cycle. That's what made multiplayer so addicting. You know what I'm saying? Because people were chasing that rush, that adrenaline rush of being able to streak up and go on massive kill tears. That's not the thing anymore. They don't want you having any of that in these games. They want you to work your absolute hardest no matter what. And I just don't get it because, you know, again, for people like me, I can do it. You know, I made this my full-time gig. I love making YouTube content. I'm a Twitch live streamer now. I didn't do that before, but obviously when I went full-time with YouTube, I started streaming full-time as well along with it. So I have the time to go ahead and, play this game. And if people start getting sweaty, I mean, why should I not get sweaty? But, back when I was working 2 jobs every single day of my life and going to college and stuff, I was hustling my ass off. It's not easy. And doing YouTube on top of that. It's not easy hopping on the game with that tired mindset. Anybody out there who's hustling, you know the mindset, okay? You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not easy coming back home, getting on a game that you used to know for relaxing, and then having to 24/7 sweat and it's just not fun. It's not fun whatsoever. This has to be drastically changed, or at least talked about. I understand it needs to stay in the game, but it could 110% be toned down. It can. It could be toned down to a point where it's good for everybody. But ladies and gentlemen, do me a massive favor. Go down in the comment section and leave your opinions down below. Did you feel skill-based matchmaking in the beta? Did you not feel skill-based matchmaking in the beta? I felt it heavy. Even when I completely took over her account and the KD obviously was rising, I was getting some good matches and stuff like that. I dropped a couple of, what are they called? Stealth bombers. I didn't really, unlock anything that much. I didn't play the game that long. But I got a stealth bomber or two and, some pretty high streaks. I was feeling it. But even then, they were pushing me to my all-time limit. Like I said, I was versing people who I could equally compete with on a PC, but I can't equally compete with on a PlayStation. My skill level nor my stats matched up to the competition I was going up against. I mean, I was barely B-hopping. I couldn't slide cancel whatsoever. I didn't even bother trying to learn it, and I barely slid in the first place. My stats did not match up to who I was versing. It was absurd. But you know what? I'm gonna leave that to you guys down in the comments. But I'm gonna leave that down. I'm gonna leave that up to you guys down in the comment section. Make sure you leave them down below. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like. Bums, I hate it. Leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification button. Also, want to chat me? There's 2 ways to do so: Twitter and Discord. Both linked down in the description. And also, want to catch me live streams of video games, do it on Twitch. Link that's in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you all next one. Peace out.